Mr. Trump, in spite...
A group of national and Iowa pro-life leaders are circulating a letter that says anyone but Trump. Effectively, they say you can't be trusted as a pro-life advocate.
Well, that's okay. I mean, that's their opinion. Look, I'm pro-life, but that's their opinion. And if they want to do that, hey, all I can tell you is this. As you know, I'm pro-life. I've been pro-life for a long time.
In 1999, you said you were pro-choice in all respects.
And I said, what did I say? You didn't read it. Read the full statement of what I said. Read the full statement. No, you're not reading the full statement. Go ahead, get out the full statement. Read it.
Tim Russert followed.
I know. I remember Tim Russert very well. He was a friend of mine. He was a good man. No, but read the full statement.
My question is what...
Okay. Look, they have their choice. They can do what they have to do. I'm pro-life. They can do what they have to do. There'll be many people that will be voting for me, that I can tell you.
But, Mr. Trump, there are some, Ted Cruz, some of his...
The full soundbite from Tim Russert, you said to him was, I'm very pro-choice. I hate the concept of abortion.
Correct. Why didn't you read that? By the way, why didn't you read that before?
I pulled it up
No, but why didn't you read that before? You didn't read, I hate the concept of abortion.
I'm reading it to you on my
Excuse me.
Are you a trustworthy...
Excuse me, very trustworthy. More so than you. Because you know what? You didn't read the question. See, when you quoted Tim Russert, you didn't read what you just said. Read it again. No, read it again.
I'll read it out.
Go ahead.
I'm very pro-choice. I hate the concept of abortion.
Okay, you didn't read. Why didn't you say, and when you asked the question before, that I hate the concept of abortion?
The question from the pro-life...
No. You were quoting Tim Russert, and you were quoting, excuse me, you were quoting Tim, and you were quoting me. Why didn't you read my quote the way I said it?
Sir, I tried to pull it up, and I didn't have Wi-Fi.
Well, then you got to get Wi-Fi, okay? Don't ask me questions like that. You're not a very good reporter doing that. Okay, go ahead. No, I said, with CNN, I said, I think you should give money to the vets. And I've always said that. Wounded warriors and vets. I think you should give money to the vets. You have a question that now is a legitimate question? Do you apologize? No, do you apologize?
Do I apologize
Yeah.
for reading your words?
For not reading my words. No. For not reading my words. No, do you apologize for not reading my words?
I'm appreciative.
Excuse me, do you apologize for not reading my exact words?
I'm glad that
No. I didn't ask that. I didn't ask that. Excuse me. You quoted me, and you took out the main part of the quote. I'm just asking, do you apologize?
Even if you hate abortion, doesn't that...
Okay, forget you.
Mr. Trump.
Go ahead, Sarah. Go ahead.
Why is it a pro...
Where are you from?
BBC.
Okay. Here's another beauty.
It's a good line. Impartial, free and fair.
Yeah, sure.
Mr. President,
Just like CNN, right?
on the travel ban, we could banter back and forth. On the travel ban, would you accept that that was a good example of the smooth running of government?
Yeah, I do. Let me tell you about the
travel. Were there
travel.
any mistakes in that?
Wait. I know who you are. Just wait. Let me tell you about the travel ban. We had a very smooth rollout of the travel ban, but we had a bad court. That's the only thing that was wrong with the travel ban. You had Delta with a massive problem with their computer system at the airports. You had some people that were put out there, brought by very nice buses, and they were put out at various locations. Despite that, the only problem that we had is we had a bad court. We had a court that gave us what I consider to be, with great respect, a very bad decision. Very bad for the safety and security of our country.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to challenge you on one of the statements that you made in the tail end of the campaign. In the midterms.
Here we go.
If you don't mind, Mr. President, that this caravan was an invasion. As you know, Mr. President,
I consider it to be an invasion.
As you know, Mr. President, the caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants moving up from Central America towards the border with the U.S.
Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate it.
Why did you characterize it as such?
Because I consider it an invasion. You and I have a difference of opinion.
But do you think that you demonized immigrants in
Not
this
at all.
election
No, not
to
at all.
try to keep...
I want them to come into the country, but they have to come in legally. You know, they have to come in, Jim, through a process. I want it to be a process. And I want people to come in, and we need the people.
Your campaign...
Wait. You know why we need the people, don't you? Because we have hundreds of companies moving in. We need the people.
Your campaign had an ad showing migrants climbing over walls and so on.
That's true. But they weren't actors.
They're not going to be doing that.
They weren't actors. Well, no, it's true. Do you think they were actors? They weren't actors. They didn't come from Hollywood. Right. These were people. This was an actual, it happened a few days ago. And
They're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of
you know
miles
what?
away.
I
That's
think
not an
you
invasion.
should, honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings
Let
would
me
be
ask,
much
if
better.
I may
Okay,
ask
that's
one other
enough.
question, Mr. President. If I may ask
Peter,
one
go
other
ahead.
question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's
Mr.
enough.
President, I
That's
was going
enough.
to ask one of the other folks.
That's
have had,
enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr.
Excuse
President,
me. That's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other
Peter,
question,
let's
if
go.
I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned
indictments-
about anything with
that you
the
may have
Russian
indictments coming
investigation
down?
because it's a hoax.
Are you-
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
I think that's unfair.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way. Go ahead. Go ahead, Peter, go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts his
Well, I'm
butt
not a
like
big
the rest
fan
of
of
us.
yours either, so
I understand.
to be honest.
So let me ask you a question, if I can. You repeatedly
You
said,
aren't the best.
Mr. President, you repeatedly, over the course
Okay,
of the...
just sit down, please. Well, when you report fake news, when you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
Mr. President...